Hi everyone, welcome to Red Fox Sewing and Crafting, and welcome to my craft room. I'm Joanna. So in our last video we made 25 little boxes for an Advent gift box calendar, and today in this video we're going to make the actual box. So for that you will need 2 4x15 piece of chipboard, 6 4x19 pieces, and a 15x19 piece of chipboard. And then to cover those, you will need 2 pieces that are 6x17, 2 pieces that are 3x14, 6 pieces that are 6x21, 6 pieces that are 3x18, a piece that is 17x21, and a piece that is 14x18. And then for the hinges, you will need 2 2x15s, 12 2x19s, 10 2x3s, and 24 2x4s. Now, all of these measurements, as usual, are going to be down below, so do not worry. First, before we start covering this, for the hinges, all you're going to do is fold them in half lengthwise, just like this. You're going to have to hand fold them because these pieces are large, but it's not going to really matter because it's a box, and if you want to, you can cover it with pattern paper after you've done building the base of it. And then we're just going to miter the 2 ends so that you have the point and then it tapers down to the sides. So I'm going to set those off to the side, and I'm going to show you how to cover all your pieces, all your chipboard pieces. So you will need to get the larger pieces of your cardstock out, or whatever you're using to wrap these with. I am using like drawing paper or wrapping paper. And this box is big, so I am not using any score tape on it. This is all done with glue. So I have my template up here ready to go. So you can see it's all ready. And I'm just going to, as quick as I can, add glue to my chipboard here. And then you're just going to flip it around and place it on your paper. And you want to get it centered as good as you can. And then you're just going to kind of rub the paper onto the chipboard. And then we're going to wrap the paper around the chipboard edges very carefully. And then we are going to cut out the corners. And they will look like this once they're cut out. So I'm going to do that really quick here. And if you want a more in-depth way of how I wrap my chipboard, I do have a ton of videos on how I do that. It is a little bit difficult for me in this video to completely show you how I do it because these pieces are so big. But I'm gonna do my best to show you as much as I can on how to do everything. So now that we have it to here, we're going to add glue to along the edge of the chipboard on one side, and then add glue to the whole tab. And then you're just going to carefully wrap this around. And then you can use your bone folder to help it stick to the chipboard if need be. Except my paper doesn't want to stick. There we go. Because it's so big, you want to work as fast as you can to get everything stuck down. And then we're going to work on the opposite side here. And we're going to do the same thing. So glue along the edge, glue all over this tab. And then carefully fold it over on top of your chipboard, and we're just going to kind of smush it in and burnish it on the chipboard like so. And then we're going to do the other two sides. Now that the one side is fully covered, we can work on the other side. So you'll need the smaller pieces that fit on your chipboard. we're just going to add glue all over the paper. And then you want to center this as much as you can on the inside chipboard, the inside of your chipboard. Best you can. It'll be about 1/2 inch on all sides. And if you need to, you can add some more glue with coming up. Okay, so all our pieces are wrapped. And now it's time to build the box. First thing is we are going to add the outer parts. So we are going to grab 2 of our long pieces and 2 of our short pieces. And then we're going to attach one side of each of these to the edges of our covered chipboard piece. And you want to add your hinge to the, or you want to add the scored side of your hinge to the edge of your chipboard. This will also help keep the paper that covers your chipboard on. And our last piece here. Just like so. It's not sticking. I'm going to leave it dry. Now that we have our 4 hinges on, we can add the 4 side pieces. And to do that, you're going to take one piece like this, and we're going to butt it up against the back chipboard piece. Add glue to the other side of the hinge, and just going to roll it onto the other chipboard piece, like so. I'm going to do that to all 4 sides. Now it's time for the size of the box. So you will need 4 of your 2x4 hinges. We're just going to add them to either side of either the long pieces or the short pieces. It doesn't matter. But we're just going to add them to the chipboard. Like so, like the other hinges we've done. Just going to line it up with the edge of the chipboard. You can fold this in, flip it around, and do the other 2 hinges on the other side. Our 4 side hinges are on, so we can glue the sides together. So just add glue to the other side of your hinge, lift up both sides of the box, and stick them together. Like so. We're going to do this to all 4 sides. So I messed up, but it's okay, we can fix it. We're going to attach the hinges, the outer hinges. Since I put the 2x15 hinges on the inside, I will have to cut some more, but that is okay. I will change the cutting guide so that you know to cut 4 of these hinges and not just 2. So we need to add hinges to the outside. So to do that, all we're going to do is add glue to the inside of our hinges, like this. And then we're just going to line it up on the edge, on the corner of our box, and just stick it down, just like so. And do that all the way around. So now it's time to add the shells. I made a little mistake, but I can fix that later. What you need to do is add glue to one of your 2x19 hinges and glue it to one side of your chipboard piece. Flip it around, add glue to a second piece, attach that to the other side on the same edge as the first hinge. And you want to do this to all the rest of your 2x19 hinges and the rest of your 4x19 cardboard pieces. Once you get that done, we are going to take a ruler and a marking tool, and you want to measure on the 2 short sides 3-inch increments all the way down. Start one side, go all the way down. And don't know if you can see, but I have all my increments on this. And I'm going to do it now on the other side. And this will help us get the right spacing for our shelves. So, I had issues with adding my shelves in. So I, excuse me, I had to take them out, redo my hinges, redo my back. I ended up having to add score tape to all of them because then they actually stay on. So, this paper is a little slick, so when I put just the glue on my hinges, they didn't adhere really well to my back. So if you get slick paper like I have, then you will have to use score tape. If you get paper that has a little bit more tooth, I guess, to it, something that will grip onto glue better, you just need to use glue. You don't have to use score tape. So I'm going to put my shelves on, and then we can move on to the next step. So our hinges are in now, or not our hinges, are our shelves. Our shelves are in, but they're just connected to the back piece. Now we need to add our 4-inch hinges to the sides. And we won't need the 3-inch hinges because we already have the 15-inch hinges on the inside. So it's not going to be in the description below in the cutting guide. Just need these. They go on the bottoms of each side and on the tops of each side, just to hold these up. So I'm going to put these on, and then we can put the boxes in. So I have my shelves fully secured in here, and I have most of my boxes in. I have one shelf empty, and I'm going to show you how to add your boxes in and spaced well. So I have this propped up so you can see it a little better. I put score tape on the underside of all the box inserts, and right now I just have the actual drawer part set off to the side. In my shelf, you can't see, but I have a mark in the center, about 1/2 inch in from the edge of my shelf. So this shelf is 19 inches. You want to measure 9.5 inches. In my my box insert here, I have a mark in the center of it, in the front. What you're going to do is you're going to add glue to your box space, this thing. Okay, I glue to the bottom of it like this. You're going to find where your mark is. And okay, I see mine. And then you want to find where you put the center line on your shelf. And then you want to take a ruler and make sure that it's lined up with the edge of your, or maybe even make a 1/2 inch mark across a little bit ways. You want to make sure that this is in 1/2 inch from the edge, and then you want to make sure that it's centered in on the shelf. So I'm gonna have to get in here really quick just to see what I'm doing. And make sure that I'm actually seeing the right thing here. kind of hard to see this. There. Okay, so I have my insert in here. I'm just going to put the little drawer in here. I'm going to take my next box, take the drawer out, and if you have a certain direction you want these to go, you need to make sure that you're putting them the right way. Add some glue here on my bottom. I'm going to take my ruler, line it up with the center box I just put down, and then I'm going to take my next box and make sure that there's ½ inch between the two, and line it up with a ruler like this, and then stick it down. See, I can't, but there's a drawer. They're ½ inch apart. And then I'm going to do it with the next one. The outer sides are probably going to be slightly more than ½ inch, but that's okay. It looks about ½ inch, and it's lined up with the other boxes, and that's what we want. We want everything to be lined up. I'm just trying to find a ½ inch mark here. Line this up like that, and I'm gonna just go over a little bit to make sure that this box is ½ inch from the edge here. And if it's okay if it's not totally ½ inch from the edge. You won't notice once the whole gift box is put together, the whole shelving unit. So that's the first 3 in, and then we have 2 more. And it's going to be the exact same thing, just on the other side of the center. So I have my box here, my outer box part. Add glue. Get in here, see what I'm doing. Lining my ruler up with the edge, lining it up with my previous box here. Lining my next box with the ½ inch mark. And sticking it down. And then we have our last one. Don't get glue all over my hands, that would be nice. Glue on the bottom, making sure that I'm putting it the right way. Lining it up with the edge in the previous box. Find the ½ inch mark for my last box. Pushing everything together to line it up, and then sticking it down. There's my last drawer. And here is the finished box with all 25 drawers in it. And now all you have to do is put some ribbon or nice patterned paper around to make the box sides and the big bow on the top, and you have your cute little Advent gift box calendar. I hope you enjoy. I hope that you had fun making this little Advent calendar with me, and you don't have to necessarily use it for Christmas. You can use it for other stuff too. If you did like this video, click the like button down below. If you want to see more of these videos, hit subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye!